Again, good morning everyone. So before we go to our lesson, let's take first this simple activity. This is a sort of a review ng lesson natin nung nakaraan. Okay, complete the sentence below by encircling the correct word inside. In this case, write your answer on the comment section. If frequency is high, therefore the wavelength is shorter or higher. Answer. Okay. Kung natatandaan ninyo, pag sinabi natin frequency, yung amount ng wave na nangyayari. Kapag mas mataas ang frequency, ibig sabihin maraming wave yung nangyayari, mas maiksi yung wavelength. So the answer here is shorter. If the amplitude is high, therefore the wavelength is shorter or higher. Okay, if the amplitude is high, therefore the wavelength is shorter. Next, frequency and wavelengths are inversely or directly proportional. Ibig sabihin, yung frequency daw at saka wavelength, ano ba to? Magkasalungat o pareho? Kapag ka mataas ang frequency, mataas ang wavelength, mababang frequency, mababang wavelength, o magkasalungat sila, mataas frequency, mababa wavelength, mataas wavelength, mababa frequency. Alin ba? Directly or inversely proportional? The answer is inversely. Kasi nga magkasalungat sila. Pag mataas tong isa, mababa to. Pag mababa to, mataas to. Okay? Next. Amplitude and wavelength are directly proportional or indirectly proportional? Directly or inversely proportional? In this case, the answer is directly proportional. Okay? Next. Let's have this activity to identify our lesson. So let's try to answer what is this. 4 fixed one words. Now, the clue is in these boxes. Okay? Corresponding this number, there are letters. Try to complete what is the word na hinahanap dito. Go. The answer in here is light. Okay? Next. How about this one? Okay, the answer is wave. Next. Okay, the answer is color. Good job. Now, in this lesson, you should be able to describe the different properties of light as a wave, compare the wavelength, frequency, and energy of the light colors, and add, subtract light colors. Next, suggest property of lighting in various activities. So, our lesson today is all about light. Okay? That is our lesson for today. So, what is light? Light is a ray because it travels in a straight line. Light is a wave because it carries energy as an electromagnetic wave. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin po, ang light has dual properties. Okay? It can be a ray and it can be a wave. So, meron siyang dalawang properties. Okay? Light, pwede siya maging ray kasi it travels in a straight line. Ang light po, pwede maging wave kasi it carries energy in a form of electromagnetic wave. Now, these are the different properties of light. Light can have reflection, light can refract, light can diffract, and light can disperse. Anong ibig sabihin nun? The first one, reflection. Light wave bounce back equal to the angle of the incandescent ray. So, ibig sabihin, the reason kung bakit nakikita nyo ang sarili niyo sa salamin is because there's light. What happened is, the light, tatama sa inyo yung light, and then, the light will bounce back from to the mirror, papunta sa inyo mga mata. Okay? So that's one properties of light. Light can have a reflection. Okay? Next, light also have refraction. Ano naman ibig sabihin nito? Light wave bent as it enters a lens. This is the reason kung bakit kapag halimbawa, malabang paningin natin, gumagamit tayo ng salamin. Kasi ang ginagawa ng salamin po, nire-refract niya yung light. Instead na yung light ay straight na tatama sa mata natin para maging normal, ang ginagawa ng lens is binabali niya yon. Depende sa kung ano yung gustong mangyari nung salamin or nung lens. Kung gusto niyang palakihin yung object or gusto niyang paliitin. Okay? Kaya po, telescope, that's the reason, binoculars. Ito po yung reason nun. Kasi ang ginagawa ng lenses they are bending the light. So, it can be bigger or it can be smaller. Next, diffraction. Light wave spreads when passed through an obstacle or a hole. If a light passes through a hole, sa isang butas po, ang tendency yung light will going to spread. That is diffraction. Okay? So, halimbawa, kung mapapansin ninyo, halimbawa may butas yung bubong. Pagka tumama doon yung light, kahit na maliit yung butas, kung mapapansin nyo sa sahig, malaki yung light na nagagawa niya, yung bilog na nagagawa niya. Kasi po, nagde-diffract yung light. Ibig sabihin, kumakalat yung light as it pass through a hole. Okay? So, that is diffraction. Next, dispersion. Prism. Halimbawa, this is one good example. I don't know if you have already noticed that if sunlight passes through an object, kung minsan, glass, halimbawa, baso or bote ng soft drinks, kung minsan, makikita nyo yung bounce ng light as a rainbow. Okay? Kasi nagkakaroon po ng diffraction. Ibig sabihin, nahati niya yung white light into 7 different colors. Okay? Ito rin po talaga yung reason kung bakit tayo mayroong rainbow. Kasi tumatama yung sun or yung sunlight sa water molecules sa air, especially kapag umuulan. Then pagka tumama yung light doon, nahahati yung light into 7 colors and that causes the rainbow effect. Here is a better explanation. So first we have reflection. When the light passes through a mirror, it will be reflected. When a light passes to a lens, it will refract. So, mag-change siya ng direction. Instead na papass through lang siya straight, mababali siya. Okay? This is naman the dispersion. Pag tumama yung light sa prism, it will split into 7 colors. This is diffraction. When it passes through a slit or butas, naghihiwa-hiwalay yung or kumakalat yung light. Next. Characteristic of light. The intensity of light is affected by the distance from the source. Ibig sabihin, yung lakas daw ng light nakadepende sa kung gaano kalayo yung light source. Okay? As a wave, the wavelength of the light is inversely proportional to the frequency and the photon's energy, which means the shorter the wavelength, the higher the frequency and the photon energy. Ang wavelength po ay inversely proportional sa frequency ng photons at saka energy niya. Ibig sabihin, the shorter the wavelength, the higher the frequency. The higher the frequency, the higher the photon energy. The speed of the wave is common among light colors. The speed of light is 300 million meters per second. Okay? So the speed of light is 300 million meters per second. Imagine how fast is that. Sa loob ng isang segundo, makakarating siya ng 300 million meters. That's fast. Now, this is what I'm talking about kanina. So, all the colors are uh, the product of light. Kasi ang white light is a combination of the 7 colors. We have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Now, each type of light or each type of color indicates different wavelength and different frequency and different photon energy. Okay? But they have the same wave speed. Bakit? Kasi they are light. So, pare-pareha sila 300 million meters per second. So, let's try to answer the following questions. Okay? And then I will going to explain. Again, sa chat box lang po tayo magsagot. So, what has the longest wavelength? What color has the longest wavelength? Anyone? Okay. Among these, the highest wavelength is red kasi meron siyang 7.0 times 10 raised to negative 7 meters. So that is the longest wavelength. Next, what has the shortest wavelength? Okay, the shortest wavelength is violet. What has the highest frequency? The highest frequency is violet. Very good. What has the lowest frequency? Okay, the lowest frequency is red. In this characteristic, ano yung pinaka-common sa kanila? Na pare-pareho ang lahat ng kulay. Sa lahat ng karakteristik na to, saan ang pare-parehong karakteristik ang mga kulay? Okay, the answer is in wave speed. Kasi pare-pareha silang light, so pare-pareha sila ng wave speed. Now, kung mapapansin ninyo, ito yung sinasabi natin kanina na ang wavelength ay inversely proportional sa frequency. Kapag mataas ang wavelength, ang baba ng frequency. Pag mababa ang wavelength, mataas ang frequency. At the same time, ang photon energy ay directly proportional sa frequency. Pag mababa ang frequency, mababa ang photon energy. Pag mataas ang frequency, mataas ang photon energy. Okay? So, always remember that. Now, combining colors. When we combine colors, the three main light colors are red, green, and blue. Ito yung tawag nating primary colors, red, green, and blue. When red and green light colors combine, they form yellow light colors. Green and blue colors form cyan light colors. When red and blue colors combine, magenta light colors are formed. When red, blue, green colors combine, they form white color. Okay, let's begin. So, red and green, anong kulay ang mapo-form? Red and green is yellow po. Blue and red, we have magenta or violet, pwede na po. This one, green and blue, green and blue will form cyan, and then if we combine the three colors, what color can we get? The color that we can get is white. Okay, always remember that. Next, light is an electromagnetic wave. So, ito kayong kanyang wavelength. Kung mapapansin niyo, kapag habang papunta siya sa color violet, paliit ng paliit yung wavelength. Pero ibig sabihin, pataas ng pataas yung frequency. Parami ng parami yung wave. Okay? So, kapag nasa red siya, mahaba pa yung wavelength niya. Pagka papunta na siya sa violet, paiksi na ng paiksi yung wavelength niya. Okay? Now, I will post this in the comment section. Sagutan po ninyo ito. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay po. Section 2, maglalagay kayo ng numbers 1 hanggang 21 and then answer the following questions. Now, let's try to answer this one. Light travels in a zigzag line. True or false? False po. Laging ang light ay nagtatravel sa straight line. Okay? The color of the light is red. Okay, the answer is false. Bakit? Well, what is the color of the light? The color of the light is white. Okay? But it is split into different colors. Okay? Next. When the wavelength is longer, the frequency and energy are lower. True or false? Okay, true. Kasi inversely proportional. Wavelength longer, frequency uh, lower. When you mix red, blue, and light, red and blue light, the color will be formed is cyan. True or false? False. Okay? Kasi ang mabubuo po ay magenta. Next. Light is a mechanical wave. Somewhat confusing to you, but light is a electromagnetic wave. Hindi siya mechanical wave. Kasi pag mechanical wave, ibig sabihin may kailangan siyang daanan or meron siya pinagdadaluyan. Pero ang light po wala. Light is just an electromagnetic wave kasi wala siyang pinagdadaluyan. Okay? So next, antabay lang po kayo ng G-forms natin kung kailan ko siya maipopost. Okay? As long as nandun naman yung mga lessons natin, I guess wala po tayong magiging problema. Question